Here at Davis Autosports, we're very excited to offer you guys another absolutely gorgeous, custom in-house built Jeep Cherokee Sport XJ by Davis Autosports. This Jeep, like all of our Jeeps, came to us 100% bone stock, all original, zero modifications. Every upgrade, reconditioning, portion, service, everything has been done under our roof here at Davis Autosports. This XJ has our Stage 4 Plus package, which I'll go over most of what's included here in the video. As you're looking at the exterior, please note all brand new, beautiful paint all the way around. Pretty much every single thing on the exterior besides the glass on this Jeep is brand new, and even the glass has new tint, so that's partially new. Equal as the interior, all new carpet, new leather, new headliner. Only thing that really remains the same, not even the cushions of the seats, because we build those up. So really part of your door panels and part of your dash and steering wheel, that's really all that stays the same. But like I said, I'll get to a lot of that here in a moment. Not sure how your screen is picking this up. This is a dark forest green, a lot of black components, flares, black Kevlar, etc. 4.5-inch full suspension upgrade on the vehicle. I'll get into more of that here in a moment. The back of the vehicle, we put full leaf springs. It also has adjustable shackles, so we do have it sitting up a little bit higher in the back because it will settle in. And that way, if you have cargo or whatever, people in the back, it sits nice and level, but that is fully adjustable for your taste and likings and preference. Also, guys, please note if there's anything you want to add to this vehicle, please let us know. We will be more than happy to do so. There's a quick glance of 3 XJs right there, and these are literally double road Jeeps right there. We got some shipments coming in. But a lot of those Jeeps are Jeeps that we're going to restore. A lot of them are owned by other people that send us their Jeeps from all over the country, which is an option for you guys as well. That's more for people that have a sentimental value to their Jeep, or they've had it forever, or it was the family members, or whatever the case may be. So this first portion of the video, guys, is really just going to be sort of a walk around, just so you guys can get the general concept of how this Jeep looks, the condition. The condition is absolutely flawless on the exterior because everything is brand new. There are no previously installed components. Really, I lied to you guys. The mirror housing and the door handles remain the same, but everything else is as new as can be. There is so much time that goes into building these Jeeps, guys. A lot more than just bolting on some stuff. I mean, starting from the body and ripping everything apart, gutting the interior. I almost want to do a documentary on a full build on one of these, from gears to drive shafts to interiors to engine work that we do, as sort of like a time lapse sort of thing, just because these Jeeps really, from when they come into our shop to when you see them now, and this isn't an everyday, all 8 employees on hand sort of thing, but we typically spend about 3 to 5 months on these things. After we build them, there's a ton of driving. We don't even really put them up for sale until about 3 weeks after they're done being built. I personally drive the heck out of them. Our shop foreman drives them a lot. There's a lot of break-in period with suspension parts, rechecking things. So there's just so much time and effort that goes into a well-built Jeep that just kind of goes unseen. A lot of extra time we put into certain things that really doesn't get noticed. Building up to seats when we do our custom leather seats. All of our 12-volt stuff on all of our Jeeps. We have a 12-volt specialist that solders everything, heat shrinks everything, wire looms, so everything's done absolutely perfect as it should be. But as you see, condition is absolutely superb as it should be because everything is brand new on it. have our Kevlar raised portions of the hood. Get a sneak peek of that custom gorgeous tan interior. We are shooting this in 4K for any of you guys that are watching this on a 4K monitor. If not, I'm sure it's being broadcast in HD and even Super HD as they call it now. But as you see, a glass body on this thing, gorgeous, gorgeous paint. All custom exhaust. And also, guys, I'm gonna go over the majority of the stuff that we did to this. There's gonna be no way that I'm gonna remember absolutely every single detail off the top of my head, because like I said, so much goes into these. However, it will be on the listing, it will be on our website, every single thing that we did. So obviously we'll start off with the exterior. So overall, the entire body, everything was completely stripped down to just your major panels. So your bumpers removed, grille removed, fender flares removed, door handles, mirrors, window trim. It was stripped down completely. The entire body gets completely sanded down. Any dents and dings and imperfections get worked out. Tons of body time goes into it. The vehicle gets completely primed with 2K primer. That gets blocked down. The vehicle gets its 2 coats of base coat green. Then we do 2 thick coats of clear coat, which gives plenty of clear on there for years and years of the ability to wet sand the vehicle, to every couple years, you know, paint correct it and get that beautiful shine back. So then from there, while everything is still off, we then let the paint cure for about 4 or 5 days, and then we apply our Kevlar. So on this Jeep, we didn't go crazy with it because we painted the roof, so we got the Kevlar on the bottom rockers and the Kevlar hood. So everything gets masked off completely. That once again gets sanded down. A primer. The primer gets sanded with a very gritty sandpaper so that the Kevlar has a lot of you know, grit to adhere to. We spray the 2-part Kevlar, and this stuff for you guys, I've seen all of our videos, you've seen this 100 times, but I mean, this stuff is not going to come off. Extremely durable, UV, it's not going to fade at all. Just a really awesome product. We also did the front grille and light bezels as well to tie into the raised portions of the hood. Up front, we have a heavy-duty front bumper. Those LED lights that are built into the bumper, we do that here in-house. Completely custom fabricate the bumper to fit those flush mount lights. We have true truck light authentic LED headlights. Those are DOT approved. Absolutely phenomenal lights, the best that you can get. ARB IPF front fog lights, 9,500 pound winch. You have your stinger adjustable attachment and 2 quick disconnect D-rings. You also have a 50-inch curved LED light bar up top. Another attention to detail sort of thing that will go unnoticed. A lot of people that have this bumper or even the smaller attachment will just run the lights, the wires straight into the grill. We actually drill up into it, run it all the way down. We have a grommet in there to close it. Same goes with the winch. You'll see a lot of people that will run the winch wires from here over to here, and it's very messy. We drill down in there, run all the way through and out the bottom of the bumper. Very, very clean install. You don't see a bunch of wires. If you guys missed it earlier, every single light that we have on here in 12-volt accessory has its own fuse and relay, its own circuit. Also, there are 0 connection butts. If there's any 2 wires on this vehicle that have to come together and merge, they are soldered together to make 1 wire. Where the solder point is, that is heat shrunk to protect the solder point, and then the 2 wires that are merged together are wire loomed. Very clean. It's the best way to do it. It's time consuming, but those 2 wires become 1 and will never break on you. So this is once again something that you won't see with your visual eye, but that's very important for us to do. Bushwhacker flat flares. Also very labor intensive. Another thing that we do is when you actually have to cut the sheet metal, there creates openings where the two openings occur. We close those off, weld a plate in there. That way there's no opening where water and mud and salt and snow can get into, which is going to cause rot. You'll never know that we did or didn't do it because it's all completely covered. It's just one of those things that, you know, takes more time but is done the right way. Bushwhacker doesn't even have to do that in their instructions, but we've done so many of these, we just know that's the right way to do it. Tinted windows all the way around to give it a nice look to tie in with all the green and black. Rain guards. We have a safari rack up top. We have 33-inch Mickey Thompson Baja tires. And keep in mind, guys, we have tons of tires and wheels in stock. If there's something you want to switch up, we'll be more than happy to do so. Let me get you a size. Yeah, 33, 12.5, 17. So a nice modern size 17-inch wheel. And I want you to note a little tiny thing that we did on here. So the ring around the wheel is a nice light silver. Maybe projecting as a white on screen, but it's a very light silver, almost a medium silver, I should say, a very light charcoal. And what we actually did is we tied that into the stitching on all the custom leather. The stitching is actually the matching light charcoal for the wheels. So a nice little subtle touch just to tie that in. Suspension, full 4.5-inch suspension lift. Every single suspension component and steering component has been upgraded. There's nothing that remains factory on this Jeep that has to do with suspension or steering. Up front, you have your new coil spring, your new shock, your new stainless steel brake line, sway bar end links. If you look at that big black bracket, that's your track bar bracket. Rubicon Express front tie rod bar on the end of each of the bars, or each end of the bar, excuse me. Brand new Rubicon Express upgraded tie rod ends. All the differentials, all two of them, have been fully serviced, drained, cleaned up, full synthetic fluid in there. You have a fully adjustable track bar up there, steering stabilizer, a brand new upgraded drag link bar. You have new control arms. So that's your entire front end of the vehicle besides the axle, guys. So everything up front has been done. Rear suspension on these Jeeps are very simple. You have leaf springs and shocks. That's all you have back there. So there's no add a leaf. You have a brand new full set of leaf springs, all new shackles, all new hardware. Those are Rubicon Express leaf springs. Take a glimpse of your brand new shock. All new exhaust as well, custom mounted. A lot of people on YouTube are like, how do you guys get the exhaust out the side? There's a leaf spring there. Custom exhaust done here in house. Real quick, same thing with the rear bumper, integrated LED flush lights, integrated tow hitch, and quick disconnect D-rings as well. Aluminum G2 diff cover. Once again, all new hardware on the suspension, new shocks, U-bolts, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna get too far underneath this thing, but you also have a brand new slip yoke eliminator, brand new drive shaft, of course upgraded control arms, all your seals for your drive shafts going into the diffs, those are all brand new as well. Oh, while we're out here, guys, I was just ready to miss a big component, so that goes to show how much other stuff. Take a look in there. Brand new drilled and slotted rotors, new pads, spline locking lugs, rear brakes are new as well. If you get a shot, there's your brand new slip yoke eliminator and drive shaft. There's your upgraded exhaust system, stainless steel brake line. Really, guys, don't go by this video as far as what's on this Jeep. There's a bunch of things that I'm absolutely going to miss. That's our test field right there. There's a lot of little jumps and all that good stuff over there. Engine's rather simple, guys. We have a K&N cold air intake. Take a look at the blue seal, brand new valve cover gasket down below. The things I do for you guys, let me get down here. Up there, your blue oil pan gasket. Of course, when that's dropped down, you got a brand new rear main seal. Check out how smooth that axle housing is. Just a super clean Jeep. Rust free as can be. All new hardware on everything. So for you guys that don't know, the rear main seal is a problem on these XJs. And it's a very expensive service as well. If you go to a Jeep dealer and you get a quote for a valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, and rear main seal, you're looking at $800 to, I've seen in certain places in LA, charge as much as $1,500. So very expensive service. We also have a brand new, this is another huge service, guys, brand new AC evaporator. That's about a 7 to 10 hour. Some dealerships will charge 10 hours. If it takes them 10 hours, they're crazy, but some books say that, so they'll charge you. Realistically, it's a 7 to 8 hour job. If you really know what you're doing, it's still a 6 hour job. It's the main component of these AC systems, really. Compressors are easy, they're right up top, they're easy to get to. So all that stuff's easy and cheap to replace. The evaporator is in between this firewall and the dash. The whole dash comes out. As you see, a brand new Optima battery. The reason we put in a new evaporator, not a compressor, because the compressor has already been replaced, not by us, but that's a newer compressor. Same thing with the receiver dryer and everything else. So what you guys don't see in this engine bay, whoa, my Steadicam got a little crazy. Just give me 1 second. So what you guys don't see is a bunch of wires everywhere. If you look at that back firewall, you'll see everything is completely wire loomed up. Coming to the battery, all wire loom, no exposed wires. Everything is also zip tied together to keep it nice and tight. And like I said, everything is on its own circuit, done correctly. These truck light headlights are absolutely awesome. The bumper also gives you an option to put outward lights there as well, shooting to the left and right if you're wheeling or whatever the case may be. And I'm sure, guys, there's a lot of other small things, windshield wipers, all sorts of just stuff that we just put on vehicles that we're going to absolutely miss. So, guys, this interior, it's not picking up the way I really want it to on camera. It is an absolutely gorgeous tan. It's completely custom. The door panels has perforated leather. Like I touched on, we have the accent for the stitching on the seats. Center console is perforated leather as well. That is custom hand wrapped and sewn and stitched steering wheel done in-house by our interior guy. I'm going to actually start the vehicle up and roll the windows down. Give me 1 second. If you guys are into old Land Rovers or anything like that with that old gorgeous brown tan interior, this is something different. We've done so many XJs that we've done a million blacks, a million grays. We've even done, you know, Alcantara inserts, and it gets old. And this is just something that is really a strong statement. And I'll be honest with you, this is actually inspired by we had a 2015 Cherokee SRT8, and we actually color matched the interior. So if you really want to get a good color of what this interior is, look at the 2015 and 16 Jeep Cherokee SRT8. We had a white one in, but you can just Google it online. And the color is just absolutely gorgeous. And note as well, the center parts of the seats, known as the inserts, those are completely perforated. Also, we have heated seats on both driver and passenger. Another thing, guys, that takes us a ton of time, and it's just something that you'll notice once you get in the Jeep. When we dismantle the seats and everything, we actually rebuild. So this foam piece right here is completely built up. Same with the bolsters. Cherokees with, you know, anything over 30,000 miles, this bolster has been slid in so many times that it becomes flat. And this part of the seat, from this part, you can't tell, but it's raised up probably about 3 inches. So when you sit in the seat, it's very, very comfortable. It feels like a new seat. It's nicely formed to you. Look at those bolsters, how they hug. It almost turns into a sport seat. And just us doing that alone, building up the foam, I mean, that takes a ton of time. That's about a day and a half of just building it up, cutting it, getting it done right. That dash piece is also perforated to tie in with the door panels and the inserts of the seat. All brand new custom sound system. That is a Bluetooth Sony head unit that we put in, auxiliary ports, USB. It streams Bluetooth music. There is your Bluetooth microphone up there. Very, very nice Polk DB speakers. Take a look at the speaker. It matches the seats. That was done on purpose too. Ties in very nicely. Sometimes the exposure on the camera, guys, it'll auto exposure and it'll kind of flip colors a little bit on you, so it's kind of really hard to get the true color. But almost imagine an old, you know, 80s or 90s Land Rover with the dark green with the brown interior. Super, super nice. All new headliner, speakers in the back as well. Show you guys the attention to detail. Check out the seat belts are also held in with leather with the matching stitching as well. All brand spanking new carpet throughout this whole entire Jeep, guys. Everything, there's equal time spent on the interior almost as the exterior on our Jeeps. A ton of time goes into them. They get stripped down completely, bare bones. Floor pans exposed, the whole nine, and we go from the beginning. All the trim pieces are taken out, and the cool thing about that is you won't believe over the years how much dust and stuff accumulates on the back side of the trim, because stuff over 15 years gets in there. So once again, when we take all the trim pieces out, they get completely cleaned. Stuff that you'll never notice, but it just makes a huge difference the way a car smells, the freshness of it, all sorts of stuff like that. All new carpet in the back as well. And when we first started building these Cherokees, I'll be honest, we were getting carpet online that was thin, cheap carpet, you know, $300-400 for the entire set, and it was garbage. The carpet that we use now has extra thick mass backing, along with padding as well. It's very, very thick carpet, super, super heavy, and is 10 times better. Of course, it costs us more, but you get a much better quality carpet. All WeatherTech floor mats throughout, and keep in mind, guys, these we're not covering anything up with these mats. The carpet is brand spanking new. AC blows ice cold, as it has a brand new evaporator. And guys, there's a ton of additional stuff on this Jeep that I'm sure I missed. But as you see, you get a general concept of what it is. I'm sure the rear gate hatch springs or shocks are brand new as well. So there you guys go. Actually, looking at the keys just reminded me of one more thing. See, this is something that I was almost going to forget. That's probably in a retail environment Well, I can tell you, we typically, if someone comes in and gets one of these done, they're about 650 bucks. We have 2 remotes, 2 keys. Vehicle is locked. We'll go ahead and hit the start button. Vehicle is getting ready to start. The remote tells you. We have a 55mm lens, guys, so it's probably not going to focus being that close to it, but the remote tells you that it started. The vehicle runs. We have it on a 15-minute timer. You can adjust it how long you want it to run. In the summertime, obviously cut your car off with the AC on. That way when it starts, it runs, and vice versa in the winter with the heat. If someone was to break into your vehicle while it's running, first the alarm would go off, but then to get the vehicle into drive, there's one way to do it. You have to engage the brake. As soon as you hit the brake, the vehicle cuts off automatically. If you're leaving the mall and you started and you decide you saw a sale, lock the vehicle, turn it off. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice view. And then there it goes. Just lock it and then you're good to go. So nice two-way communicating alarm. They say it's a 2-mile range. I don't believe it. I think at best 3/4 of a mile, but you don't need to really start your car from that far away anyways. So there you guys go. Hope you guys have a great understanding of what we brought to you guys to the market. If you guys have any questions, 855-XJ Jeeps. That's 855-955-3377. Thank you.